What's up? Y'all know who it is. It's your boy, Pastor Jamel Smith, aka The Messenger, and we are here on another episode at Sobriety Driven. Today, I have a special guest. She's not just special, she's actually my sister in Christ. And her name is Gerri Ward. She is an entrepreneur, a mother, a praying woman, and a cancer survivor. And we will have her today talking about her story and her struggles, with alcohol and her parent who she struggled with, who had an addiction, and also be talking about her Purple Passion campaign at TTM Beauty. You can check it out at www.ttmbeauty.com. Y'all know what it is. Sobriety Driven. Let's go.
Perfect, but I know my love is worth it. Going in and out of these cycles, this pain is hurting. I wanna cry, but I can't, there's no rivers in me. I'll drown in my own tears with this liquor in me. That's past tense, and see, you ain't even there. Tried to give you all of the signs, but you ain't even care. You soaked in your own thoughts.
Look at her over here, looking like somebody from Paris.
Wee wee.
Ooh, wee wee. Ooh, wee wee. Here we are with TTM Beauty. Got my homegirl Gerri Ward with us today. My co-host. You already know who this is. To my right was Goody Matt.
What's going on?
How's your week?
It's good. 'Tis the season.
To be
right?
jolly. La 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 la.
Hope everybody got the Christmas trees up and their lights and everything ready to go. I was at Pete Davidson concert last night, and one of the things that I think it was him or one of the other comedians brought up. He said, "Give a round of applause for every woman in here because they are smarter than us men." And he's like, there is nothing else after that. Just that's it.
that.
There's
That's
no
the sense of
buts
this,
or
nothing.
ands. That's it.
They are smarter than
Is that,
us.
Amen.
No matter how hard we fight to believe
bow
that.
down
what
and
it is.
accept the L. Yeah.
You know why we're
My
smarter than you guys?
Why is that?
Because God gave us women's intuition so
Mhm.
that when you guys are moving forward into business, friendship, we can see what you can't see.
Yeah.
Oh, I got a feeling that person's not right. Don't sign that contract. Don't hang around him. That's what God gave us. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
yes.
Ain't that the
I
truth?
agree with
Yeah.
that, but I think also being the fact that men have,
What?
we have great intuition as well too. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Like,
I don't think we're as in touch with it as
Right.
women
I
are.
think-
Women naturally have it in touch. Like I've
Absolutely.
done a lot of shadow work and
mhm.
inner healing of my child to be able to listen to my own intuition
Right.
and
I
listen to
guess.
my body's response and pay attention to it. But also, it's like our generation, and most men are like, if you feel a certain way, bury it and put it under the rug
Absolutely.
and don't listen to it.
Well, that's what we
Be
were
a
taught
man
to
and do
suppress
what you
how
gotta
we
do.
feel.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We
Absolutely.
weren't taught to emotionally share how we feel. Don't cry about it.
Yeah.
Suck
Right.
it up. Be
Right.
a
That buries your
man.
intuition because
know
you're
what I
not
mean?
listening to your body.
Absolutely.
What I'm
Yeah.
saying now is when you grow into who you are, God gives you that insight as a man. Now I blame Adam for a lot of this stuff. You know what I mean? We that's a whole nother conversation. We're not here for that
Absolutely.
conversation, but that's a whole nother conversation that we could get into.
Well, at that
You know what I
point, yeah,
mean?
God was like, something's missing. Let me take a piece of your rib and make a woman out of it.
That was it. And then he knocked him out on top of it. So,
Yeah.
But he should have checked Eve when she came with the fruit. So,
oh,
hello.
we're gonna have her back on.
Yeah.
Y'all remember this part. Mark this right here. We're gonna come back to this
Yeah.
with Jerry on this, and we're gonna have some
We have to dive
dialogue on
deeper
this.
into
Yes,
that.
yes. I guess we got some homework to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. You gotta pull them Bibles out.
Yeah.
Let's go. Well, we have Gerri Ward here. This is not just a friend. This is my sister
Amen.
in Christ. We both go to Right Now Ministries. And I know the insight and scoop about her story. I kind of got some of it wrong. I had to text and be like, hey, what was your struggle with alcohol? And she had text me back, and I'm gonna let her get into that and tell you what the text was. And I was just like, oh, but is there anything that you struggled with? And she has an amazing story about her past with her father.
Yes.
Was it your father?
Absolutely.
So I don't know if you want to ask her anything.
No, I
or
want to
if
hear
you
the
wanna just-
story.
let's
to
dive
listen,
into it,
yeah.
man.
Okay.
Jerri Ward, y'all. Let's go.
Which part of the story? You know, I have multiple stories in
Well,
my
I want to
life.
hear.
yeah,
I
let's
want
start from
them
the
to talk
beginning,
about
like,
this
what-
text
yeah.
message. Let's talk
Yeah,
about that.
okay.
Like,
Okay.
talk
All right,
about
so
that
let's start-
story,
yeah,
and
let's
then you could
Fill us
drift
in on this
off.
text message, yeah.
So, you basically asked me how long I had been sober. I think that was the question, or what was my struggle like? It was something where I text you back and said never,
Right.
never,
Right.
because out of 7 children, I was the second to the youngest, and the olders were already out the house. My mom was my dad's second marriage, and so there was a lot of things that they hid from us.
Mm.
But I always knew that there was tension in the house. We were raised in church, raised in Christian school. There was never alcohol allowed in the house, and there was a reason. And as I got older and started to want to explore, the school we went to was very small. Christian school out here in Farmington,
Oh,
actually.
really? Which
Yes.
school?
Should I say?
Yeah, sure. go ahead.
Hartford Christian Academy.
Okay.
Is that still open?
I
I
don't
don't
think the
think
school
so,
is. I think the
no.
church is Farmington Avenue
Churches,
Baptist
yeah.
Church.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. So from kindergarten to 11th
Yeah.
grade.
Wow.
The Christian Academy, they had a location in Newington too, right?
I think that was Emmanuel.
Emmanuel
Baptist.
Christian, yeah, okay.
We associated with them. but
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
I grew up next
so-
door to that school.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So out of kindergarten to 12th grade, 176 students, 8 black.
Wow. Wow.
So it was very hard. It was a struggle. And so my dad we went to church every Sunday, Bible study, choir rehearsal. My mom was in the choir. My dad was a deacon. My mom was an evangelist. So it was all these things that were presented,
Mm-hmm.
but then behind the scenes.
Yeah.
I remember that one of the things that's part of my story is my mom died of breast cancer.
Mm.
We didn't find out she had breast cancer until I was a senior. And that's when it was like
Oh.
she wasn't hiding anything anymore.
Yeah,
She couldn't
so
hide
old.
it anymore.
Yeah.
She was weary. She was tired. She knew about her lump and she didn't get it checked for
Yeah.
a year and a half.
Wow.
Jesus.
And so by the time she got it checked, me and my sister kind of used that as our like, oh, mommy sleep. Oh, let's dip out the house. Let's go explore the neighborhood. Let's go hang out or whatever. Talk on the phone, just whatever. Nothing crazy. But it wasn't until my sister was sneaking boys in the house.
Oh,
And so my dad worked third shift.
so he had no clue. Yeah.
Oh, I don't know what kind of clue he had, but this particular night, I'll tell you,
I don't know
I
what
was-
kind of clue he had.
Yeah.
He had
He
some
had
kind of.
something.
He
He
had
had
some
something.
type of intuition. See
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
he left work early that night.
Yeah.
And I was upstairs, kicking it on the phone with my secret boyfriend. He was in college, and I'm on the phone with him. My sister's like, come downstairs, come downstairs. And so she has some neighborhood boys in the house. And it was like, you want to talk about the rage that we saw? My dad came in, grabbed a shotgun. The boys ran,
Oh man.
jumped over the patio, left the house. It was a crazy scene, but it was like it started to unravel what was really going on.
Right.
And so he ended up retiring, snatching us out of Christian school.
Mm.
Y'all ain't nothing but hoes, blah, blah. And these
Oh,
guys were
wow.
neighborhood boys.
Yeah.
It wasn't like we were, doing anything. We were watching
Yeah.
videos. We had no friends. We had no
Right.
black friends.
Right. Right.
And so it was crazy, but I began to see stuff and I'm like, something's up, something's not right. And then this night happened. I went to the military right out of high school. I was like, I'm out.
Thank you for your service.
You're welcome.
Yes.
I'm out.
Got a
8
fat
years.
in the bill.
Yeah.
Yes.
Get it.
And so as I was preparing to go, the guy that I was dating at the time, I would, my mom was asleep. My dad would be at work.
Yeah.
So
Come on over.
yeah, or come pick me up.
Yeah.
We ain't doing that
In the
again.
house, yeah.
Come pick me
I
up.
remember that shotgun.
So this particular night, I'm sneaking back in the house. not knowing my dad didn't go to work that night.
Oh,
He had bought my mom a brand new Cadillac. He had retired, got his settlement. We were getting ready to buy our first house. I was a senior in high school.
Yeah.
And I come around the corner. We lived in a complex. I come around the corner and the car is there. You want to talk about to throw up and all the things
Yeah.
all at once. I was like, oh my God. And the car was on. So I'm like, all right. So I walk by the car and I'm like, he's dead. Because he was like slumped in the car.
Oh, no.
And the door was cracked. I saw something on the floor, but I didn't know what it was. And I go in the house. I said, I'm going to put my pajamas on, pretend like I went to the bathroom, go wake my mom up and tell her, hey, I looked out the window. Daddy's
What?
Oh
outside
my
in your
goodness.
car.
Oh, my goodness.
My dad had eaten tuna fish
Mm-hmm.
earlier in the night,
Yeah.
drove to Springfield, got him some alcohol, was drinking, drove back, made it home by the grace of God,
Right.
passed out, threw up all in the car. Her
Oh,
brand new Cadillac. I'm talking
oh,
about
geez.
gold, brown rag top,
Yeah.
wood grain. You know how back in the day, like the wood grain on the
On the panel.
door on the panel was
Yeah,
like paint?
panels.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Ate the paint.
Oh no.
Wow.
Ate the paint.
What the heck?
When
That's some
Acid
strong
from-
tuna.
yeah.
the tuna and the alcohol mix. I don't know
Yeah.
what the deal was.
Jeez.
It was the most atrocious smell. And I remember my mom coming out in her nightgown and just went bananas on him. And we're not going to keep doing this. And this has got to stop. I'm like, keep doing what? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say.
what's like, what's been going on? And that's when the truth started coming out that there had been an alcohol problem for a long time. And
Yeah.
that's why she didn't allow it in the house. And that's why she pushed for us not to want to even try it. Like,
Yeah.
no smoking, no drinking. That's not how we're
Yeah.
living. And so fast forward, that happened. She made him clean the car, and it was a series of events. But my 21st birthday,
Okay.
my girls, we going to the club, we going to the bar, come on. Nobody told me you're not supposed to mix dark liquor and white liquor.
Yeah.
That is
Well, buying
definitely
me
a no-no.
drinks,
Yeah.
buying me drinks, I'm having a good time and all of the things. And I remember we were at a club in Springfield. So we're driving back. I'm
Okay.
my head is spinning. I'm like, this headache doesn't feel good. I used to get migraines. So I was like, no. I'm like, bring me to my boyfriend's house. Bring me to his house.
Yeah.
I'm like, he didn't come out for my 21st birthday. Bring
Oh,
me to his house.
jeez.
I'm banging
Oh,
on him.
Raging.
He's at
Yeah.
his parents' house. He's living at his parents' house. I'm banging, ringing a doorbell, 3:00 in the morning.
Oh.
He opens the door like, what is going on?
Yeah.
I'm like, let me in. It's my 21st birthday. Let me in. Vomit everywhere.
Oh,
And
jeez.
he spent the whole night cleaning the vomit, puts me in his room. The next day, the shame. I couldn't even come out the room. His parents
Yeah.
are waiting to see me.
It was an
Like,
atrocious smell.
Yeah.
it was.
Was it on the carpet?
It was everywhere. It was on the walls. It was the whole bathroom was
the
just
Oh,
a
man.
mess. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I remember
And
those
that-
days. But
That for me was like, yeah, nah, I'm good.
That was it.
so that was
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
21.
What the heck
Yeah.
was you drinking?
I don't know.
You
Yeah.
just don't even remember.
Everybody
It's
was
like-
buying me drinks. Dudes was buying drinks.
Yeah.
And, oh, here, drink this.
That's how it
try
was
this,
back
taste that.
then.
Yeah,
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 you go to
for
a
real,
bar,
for
women
real.
didn't have to bring no money. The
Nope.
guys
It's
just
like the
went and
guys
bought
just buy drinks. And that's it.
Yep.
And it's crazy how things have changed. It's
Over the
like-
time, yeah. Now it's like you.
I seen something on TV the other day. They were talking about they interviewed a bunch of females like at a club and whatnot.
Mhm.
And like not a single guy has come up to me and offered me to buy me anything. You know,
Nope.
It's so much stuff that
Yeah.
comes with that nowadays. You know what I mean? It's. I
but
know
it's
there was
also
a time
just
where
it was
like,
always it was a courtship back then.
yeah,
You know,
Right.
Yeah.
it was more or less, and that's I feel like the younger generation has lost a lot of those kind of core values and
Well-
and not saying they should be going by people alcohol at all, but just that courtship period, where the roles seem to be flipped these
Yeah,
days, where
yeah,
the women
yeah.
are taking care of the men and the men should be the ones
They're
taking care of the women. you know?
Absolutely.
But
But
then
that-
it's like this younger generation is why, like in somewhat of a way, has caught on to like actually what goes on and the dangers
Yeah.
that
smarter,
with
self-aware.
that. So it's not like,
Absolutely.
you know what I mean? They're too
Yeah.
naive, but they're still naive, but you
Mhm.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I could see, you know, both sides of that, you know, cuz I know there's yeah, there's
But-
been some crazy times.
Yeah.
We had
But
some
to,
crazy
you know,
times.
blessed to be able to have that one experience,
And
and
just
that
call
was
it
your
it.
that was your awakening, you
I
know?
wish I had an
And I mean,
awakening.
Yeah.
I tried. I wanted to like it. I
Yeah.
went through, I had gotten married. My first marriage, I was 23. We were young. So we were hanging out with, you know, our friends, other couples. I tried the sweet drinks, sex on the beach. I
Yeah.
tried, nope, upset my stomach. I was just like, I just don't think this is for me.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
well, I love chocolate. Let me try mudslide.
No.
No.
That probably
How
made
was
you
that?
sick
No.
too. Yeah.
Let me tell you, we were at a club, Union Station in Hartford. This was in the 90s. I had diarrhea in the club.
Oh, jeez.
And I'm
That's a nightmare
dying.
scenario
I
right
am
there.
TMI.
dying. I'm like,
It's not like using a club bathroom.
At all.
I ain't have a choice. I
Yeah,
was like,
oh,
and
man.
it was packed. It was only 2 stalls.
Oh,
See, I had
It
to go.
was
Yeah.
I had to go. Yeah, that was it.
I was like, I ain't messing up my outfit. No, no,
Listen,
no. We're not
I-
doing this.
I believe
Yeah.
it because I used to clean a club in Hartford.
Oh,
It was called
God.
the Raging Bull or something
Okay,
down
I
there.
remember that one. Yeah.
I used to work for this guy. He used to own it, and yo, it was like 25-cent night. Like you get 25 cent, you get the little cup of beer, and yo, these college kids. At the end of the night, I wanted to quit that job so many times, right?
Yeah.
But it was like it was good pay, but the
Yeah.
mess. And I'm talking about stuff that you're like the diarrhea, the throwing up,
Yes.
and
Yeah.
just
Yes.
yeah, no,
It's like mind-boggling,
no.
like how they keep coming out every night and repeating
and
that
doing it
same
all over
behavior
again. Like
And it's
you're not tired,
Right.
Yeah.
like bro.
But then it's
yeah.
like we think about it when we were that age. Like,
Nah,
were
it
we
was just-
tired?
nah.
No.
But
I was just ready to go the next day.
she said she had one experience,
Yeah.
and that was it. I had someone on my show before, Mama D, said she had
Mm.
one experience.
Mm-hmm.
And that was it. What is it like? We can't have that one experience and realize like this is
Yeah.
not what I want. Like
Well, I think
I gravitated to
it
it. It
might
was
be
just
going
like something
back to, what she was just mentioned earlier,
Mhm.
intuition. The women's intuition is definitely the realization of oneself is prevalent in females or way before a man is,
But
unfortunately.
also too, like think about whatever was going on in your life. Like we had a foundation of God early,
Right.
like drilled into us. Study chapel every day, studying the scriptures, and I look at drugs and alcohol. My second husband was a heroin addict.
Yeah.
I had never been around anybody on drugs like
Yeah.
that, so I didn't know the signs. I just know I loved him.
So that was
Yeah.
while you were together too?
So
See?
no, he
Oh.
was my second husband. That was my
Okay.
30s, and
Oh, no, but I'm
so
saying he was an
so-
active addict
All right,
while
don't-
you were
yes.
together.
Don't throw out
Oh, yeah.
age
Yeah.
numbers.
oh
Keep-
yes.
Don't throw out age numbers.
Yeah.
She young, y'all. She young. She
Listen,
young.
I'll be
Yeah.
54 next week.
Oh, she ain't. Okay.
there you-
My mom-
Sagittarius,
she telling
huh?
me not
Yeah.
to say
I
nothing
know.
about a
Listen,
woman's
I'm
age and
proud.
weight. Mind your business.
My mom passed away at 52 from breast cancer, so I
Yep.
beat it. I had
Yep.
breast cancer. My twins were 1 year old
Oh, wow.
back in 2017.
Right.
8-year cancer survivor.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank
yeah,
you.
that's
Let's
awesome.
go.
Yeah.
So, but
Recovery.
back to
Yeah.
what I would think about is like, it's not an escape from,
Yeah.
it's like a euphoric state, like, oh, I'm drunk, I'm high,
Mhm,
oh, it
mhm.
feels good.
Yeah.
But you still come back to the same problems
Mm-hmm.
after. And that to me was like, nah, I gotta do something else to get through this, whether I'm going, and it became food for me.
I was about to
Okay.
say, what was it?
Food.
Yeah.
Food.
What kind of foods?
Everything.
Fake foods?
Everything, Yeah.
Real food.
Yeah.
What in the world is going on?
I don't know.
Santa is coming early.
Mm,
Can we get Santa to calm down?
I know.
Tell him to relax.
yeah.
So, yeah. So what kind of like fast food? Because
Yeah,
the reason why I
fast
asked
food.
is because we just had Dr. Reese on our show, and that
Okay.
was like part of what he spoke about was like certain foods. Most
Yeah.
people who get off of like drugs or alcohol
Oils.
Mhm.
turns to
Sweets.
foods,
Yeah.
and it's
sugar,
sugar,
processed
never
foods,
nothing-
Yeah.
good. So
I used to watch my ex-husband make his coffee, and I would just be like, how 10 sugars and just caramel. And I'm like, every day, like it was just like, and especially when he went on methadone, it was,
Mm.
Oh, okay. After he left
Yeah.
got off
mhm,
heroin. Yeah.
mhm, yep.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
And so I was like, I didn't understand it, but I had my own stuff I was struggling with
And dealing with
and
stuff like
just
that.
out to eat, sugar, whatever, good food. Oh, comfort food. Let's
Yeah.
get a good meal. Let's go out to eat. Let's, you know, no.
The more people talk about food, the more convicted I become because it's like I've been in recovery for 3 years from alcohol,
Yeah.
about 9 years from like hard drugs, and it's just like I thought it was just a thing, like because as a kid I just like loved to eat, but
Yeah.
now it's just like it's a thing. It's like
Well, yeah,
I eat.
it's
I
an
like,
addiction
you know what
within
I mean?
itself too. You
Right.
know,
Yeah.
food
Right.
is an addictive thing. You know.
Right.
Like I had to hide my Oreos.
Mhm.
Hopefully my
Yeah.
kids don't find them, but if they
Yeah.
do, they do. It's
And
like
that's the thing,
with
yeah.
when you quit alcohol, there's so much sugar in alcohol, your body still craves the sugar. So
Yeah,
that's why
yeah,
you
yeah.
lead a
Mm.
lot towards sweets and everything. I do the same thing. There are no sweets in my house. Like I can't
I
keep
have to
anything
get
with
to that
sugar in
point.
my house.
I was at
Nothing.
that point. I was doing
Yeah.
good. I
Mhm.
was doing good, and I think it was my wife had brought home something. It was like a carrot cake.
Yep.
It was a cheesecake carrot cake. For y'all cheesecake lovers out there that love carrot cake, there is a blend, and there is a sweet potato pie one. By the way, if you like cheesecake and sweet potato
Cheesecake,
pie,
sweet potato pie.
yeah,
Huh?
we're not going to talk about that because we know how you do.
Yeah.
He be having his cheat days, but
Yeah.
it,
We got to go
that's
out to do that. Yeah.
that's our thing. Like that was a
Restaurant.
thing. So I was just like,
Yeah.
I pulled myself away from the sweets at one point, and now I'm like back into it and just having, like I said, Dr. Reese on the show was just like, eye opener. Now it's like I'm trying to pull myself back off, and it's just like because like what Matt was saying is like the alcohol turns into sugar, so then your body
Mhm.
craves that. So just like what do you substitute that with, right? You know what I mean? For
God.
Yeah, well, there you go.
God.
Physical well-being,
Yes.
yourself, working on yourself,
Let me
working
tell you.
out,
Yep.
nah, I
Yes.
mean,
Yes.
you know.
Do you have any aches and pains in your body?
no, me
Yes.
personally,
Yeah.
my back. That's about it.
Sugar.
Yeah.
Let
Yeah.
me tell you, in this process of like dealing with me,
Mm-hmm.
facing the stuff that God is showing me about myself,
Mm-hmm.
I notice the kids will go and play. I'll sit down. Oh, let me listen to the word or watch a movie. I need some potato chips. I need some
Mm-hmm.
cookies.
Mm-hmm.
I
Processed
gotta
food right
yes,
there.
I
Mhm.
gotta
Potato
have
chips. Yeah.
Something to
something.
go with
Yeah.
that. Like,
And so I had gone on a 3-day water fast
mm-hmm.
and
Okay.
detox my body because I was watching her name is Coach Rowe on YouTube. She talks about God's food
Okay.
and
Okay.
that you can detox your body in 7 days of eating only non-processed raw
Mm-hmm.
pure fruits and vegetables.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And so I said, well, I don't like that many vegetables to do that. But
Love vegetables.
Yeah.
this fast was spiritual. The fast was for my body. And I noticed I was dealing with this pain on this left side of my
Mhm.
body. And I have a cracked tooth. And so I was like, oh, the pain. The doctors sent me for an x-ray and the dentist. And they're like, okay, we got to get it repaired. But we can't find out where the pain is really coming from because
Yeah.
you already had a root canal.
Mm-hmm.
The root is gone. So
Yeah.
the nerve is gone. And so I was just like, I thought about it after the fast. And the first thing, even after the 3-day water fast,
Mm-hmm.
I think I was eating like some marshmallows or something, chocolate
Yeah.
covered marshmallows. And immediately the pain was back.
Yeah.
And I was like,
So you can tell what it is and
I
inflammation.
was about to say, yeah, the
Inflammation.
sugar causes inflammation. Yeah. You
So
know.
does bad mattresses, by the way. I need a new mattress. So if anybody would like to donate a new mattress
Yeah.
to Pastor Jay here, I'll take it on.
Take it
Not
on,
used.
yeah.
I don't want nothing used. Like no, she's absolutely
Yeah.
right. It's like something where it hits the sciatica nerve and things like that. Well, I had a bad accident too, so that
Yeah.
plays a
Okay.
part in it. I try to stay away from like sugar in my coffee.
Mm.
Right? I'll usually like just drink it like, black with a little bit of cream. Maybe if I do anything like one or two sweet and lows. Before I was doing like
Sweet and low
7,
is worse than
8.
sugar.
Yeah, processed chemicals.
Yeah, I heard about it, but it's like that regular sugar too. When I was doing that, it was causing the teeth pain.
Yeah.
What
stuff
about
like
the
that.
raw sugar in the raw, the brown
Yeah.
I
one?
had
Brown
that. It's
sugar,
just-
yeah.
I guess in that part, right, the sugar in the raw, and I have it. I don't
Mhm.
use it. I bought it. Here's the crazy thing, right?
Just to look
When
at.
I was no. Let me rephrase that. I used it,
Uh-huh.
but I didn't taste the
Yeah.
What you were
sweetness
looking for.
of
and
what
didn't
my
feel
body was
the
like. Wait,
addiction.
where's
Yeah.
the
Well, yeah, it
where's the
doesn't-
sugar? Like it ain't
so
sweet.
use such
but
a high level. Now
Right.
it's like weaning
the dopamine's
yourself off of it. Yeah.
We need sugar. We need
Right.
sugar.
Yeah.
And it's
Absolutely.
just like so now I'm weaning myself down to
Less
basically
and
just
less,
going
yeah.
just straight black like how I
Yeah.
used to do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
lost a lot of weight doing it too, but
Yeah.
Mhm.
It was
yeah,
healthy.
The sugar
healthy.
packs on the weight too. You
Yeah.
know?
yeah.
It's not good for you.
Mhm.
You know.
You have any
Uh-huh.
questions?
What do you mean you don't have any questions?
Because I was about to ask her a question, so
Go
I don't
ahead,
want
go
to jump
ahead.
in.
No. Go ahead. I was gonna further more on the. It was interesting. She said she felt the pain in the root canal.
Okay, let's talk about the root
So-
canal. What's going on, y'all? Here I have Foreigner's Cottage Coffee. That's all I drink. That's all I prefer. And you could get your own bag. Grounded or not, medium or dark. And the owner is Melissa, founder and owner of Cottage Coffee. And you could contact her at 203-465-8180. Email melissa7929@gmail.com. Or you can follow her on Facebook at Foreigners Cottage Coffee. I promise you, you won't be disappointed if you're a coffee lover. Make sure you grab your bag today.
You know, and I've had this conversation before, and like the thought, like, and people have said, like, what other body part or injury do you get where they still, like, if you get gangrene on your toes or fingers, they cut it off.
Mhm.
Oh, shoot.
So
Yeah.
why are they still keeping a dead piece of your body in your body when they do a root canal?
Dang.
Because
You
you want
know?
to save the tooth.
Try to
I
save the
think.
tooth. That's what I was
Yeah,
like,
but then
Yeah.
now, how does your body react to something that's now inside of you and is dead? You know,
Yeah.
now it's extra sensitive. You felt it
Mhm.
right away. You know, and I
Yeah.
say this because I had the same issue.
Mm-hmm.
It was the pain; they couldn't figure it out.
Mm.
You know, and then
Mm.
finally, 10 years later, after the root canal, they're like, "All right, well, let's pull it out and give you an implant." You
Wow.
know,
Yeah.
and then ever since I got the
It didn't
implant,
cause
it's
any
been fine.
infection or nothing like that?
The root canal did, yeah. The root canal caused an infection, yeah. I was dealing back-to-back infections, the pain,
Yeah.
and then after I got the implant done, everything's been fine.
Wow.
You know, and that's when I started reading up on that. It's your body's also extra sensitive too in that area.
Right.
You know,
So what
But-
about the implant process? The putting the post in and
Yeah.
let's talk about that pain.
it's what was
The
that?
pain. Let's talk
The
about
pain?
that pain. Yeah.
Oh, it's painful. Yeah, it is very painful. You know, because they literally they drill a hole into your jawbone
And
and
then they
then
gotta
screw. Have you
screw it
had
up
one
in
done
there.
before? or-
No, that's why I
Oh.
still have a hole right
So,
here.
I
I don't want to show mine, but
Right.
because
it's
I'm
there.
yeah
Right.
because I'm in
Probably see it.
sobriety, I don't take meds or things like that. But
Right.
Mm.
because of that, like I don't even take Tylenol or
Okay.
So when I had that, the pain was so bad that they did prescribe Percocets,
Right.
and I
Mm.
was I had to take it, for like I only took it for like 3 days, but even then, after 3 days, I suffered from withdrawal symptoms.
Yeah. 'cause,
Wow.
like,
I
when
was
you're
having
coming
cold
down.
sweats, I couldn't
Yeah.
sleep, I was having the shakes.
Wow.
And it's like, how powerful are these drugs that they're giving you, and they're giving your children,
This, yo.
for something like this, root canal is a little bit more invasive, but less
Mhm.
invasive processes or pain. They're just handing out Percocets or these
Absolutely.
drugs,
Absolutely.
to essentially, somebody doesn't have the control. Like I recognize it right away. I'm like, all right, this was happening. But then, a child is like, oh man, I don't want to feel like crap. I'm gonna take another one of these,
Right.
I
Absolutely.
don't even want to know what
It only
they
takes a
felt like
couple
back in
days
the
or,
day to.
yeah.
Ooh.
But after the pain was gone, it was worth it. There was no more issues. It was,
Okay.
pain free and not have to keep going back to the dentist for infections and different things
Listen.
like that. Yeah.
I can only the reason why I'm over here shaking my head is because I remember I had all 5 of my teeth pulled out. They pulled out 4 of my wisdoms, and they pulled out this tooth right here that's missing. And I was prescribed 5, I think it was like 5 Oxycontins at the time. Mind you, I was clean from
Yep.
like everything at this time. And the pain, amount of pain that I was in, right? They was like, oh yeah, you'll take this and you'll be fine. The hell
Yeah.
I wasn't. No, I wasn't. Even taking it
Yeah.
still hurt.
Still hurt. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh
And,
yeah, I was about to say, like, I still felt pain. It just wasn't as bad.
I mean, it just
like knocked me out.
soothed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. You falling asleep
Fall
for a
asleep.
good amount of hours, sleeping it off. But once you
Yeah.
got up, it was like as soon as you inhaled, it was like
Throbbing,
you felt
yeah.
it. It was like unbearable. Like you know what I mean. So and honestly, in my first podcast in my first season, that's what I got back into, speaking about how I got hooked back to cocaine.
Oh,
It's because after those 5 Oxycontins ran out,
Oh,
I took
really?
a walk to 7-Eleven, and I looked down and I saw 20 bag of cocaine. Like I was
There
like,
was a 20 bag on the
20
ground.
bag on the ground. This is a true story. I said,
Where was this?
in New Britain,
wow.
Okay.
and I was walking to 7-Eleven on South Main. I was living on Roberts at the time, and
Okay.
I couldn't believe it. I was like, nah, there's no way that there's a 20 bag right here in my
Yeah.
face.
Wow.
So I picked it up. I said, I don't want no kid to grab this and,
Oh, here we
Yeah.
go.
get this in their hands and actually think it's candy or something. So let me play hero here, right?
Yeah.
And I went home. I stood over the toilet. I was going to dump it.
That's
But
right near the
mind
high
you,
school too.
Right near. And
Yeah.
my teeth, mind you, I just had gotten teeth pulled.
Yeah.
So I said, yo, let me see if this is real. Curiosity, right? I guess I didn't have the
numb your
intuition
teeth
then.
pain. Yeah.
I was more in pain than I was into my intuition.
Yeah.
Dipped my finger. I said, ooh.
yeah.
I said, this is some good stuff. And it was it
Works.
from there. It was it from there.
Yeah.
I went through my phone. Now, mind you, this was almost after like being six years clean.
Wow.
Because I had got ordained and stuff as a youth pastor and stuff like
Yeah.
that. And everything wasn't hunky dory. Everything wasn't peaches and cream, at home anyway. So, I kind of used that
Mm.
as an excuse to
Yeah.
tap back in too.
Yeah.
And the
Mhm.
rabbit hole that joint brought me down from
Mhm.
just,
Mhm.
going through that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But not thinking or having, I honestly didn't have the education then, right?
Yeah.
To know that prescribed medication could draw you back into your
Yeah.
addiction.
Absolutely.
I fought hard getting out of it.
Yeah, they didn't teach us
Mhm.
about.
Nah, they definitely
You
didn't.
know,
No.
again, like Dr. Reese said, trust the white coats. You
Right.
know, whatever they say. But also in our drug education, I don't know if they had DARE at your school, but
They had dare, but
they had in mind, but
I
they didn't
dared
cover.
not to pay attention.
Yeah, well,
I grew up in the hood. There was drugs all around us. Like,
but
you
they
know what I
don't
mean?
cover prescription meds.
Nah,
you
they
know,
don't.
Right.
they're like, stay away from the gateway drug,
Right.
marijuana,
Which
and
was
all this other
marijuana,
all
like-
these other hard drugs. Don't drink. Yeah,
Wait, that not the marijuana that's legal now.
Yeah.
We're not gonna talk about that. We're gonna get kicked off the air. We're gonna leave y'all alone for now, but we
Yeah.
definitely gonna come for y'all tails. But anyway,
a lot of
right,
stories
back
to
what
tell
you were
about
saying,
that.
like
yeah.
the quote, they didn't teach us that. They didn't give us the education, and they damn sure didn't sit there and say, "Hey, do you have any prior addictions to
Right.
actually prescribing these
Right.
meds to people?" They just hand them to you.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now, most people who are addicted, they not going to tell you. They
Yeah.
not going to tell you, especially, oh, I could get Percocets or Oxys and da-da-da. They going to take that or
They used to have those pain clinics, so you just show up and like walk out like you were in a liquor store and get your pain meds and bounce.
Wasn't there like a documentary on that? I saw something
Yeah.
like that on Netflix. They were talking about that. Where
It
people were
was,
just
and
coming
then
in and it was
Hulu
just,
had an actual show about it.
Mm.
You know, that explained the breakdown of how those like clinics started opening them up.
Yeah.
And places like Florida, they were like on every block, and people would
Just
travel
going
from
in and
doors,
just
going down there,
buying
just
it.
buying.
Wow.
Yeah.
for cheap too. They had it for the low.
Yeah.
For the low. You go try to buy a Percocet and an Oxy right now. Listen, it's been a while since I've been in the game, and I'm kind of glad that I'm not in it anymore. Thank God. But I just know, man, somebody out there, y'all struggling with it. I'm telling y'all, fight for y'all life. Fight for
Amen.
y'all life. Because if you
Right.
don't, it will take yours. I lost so many people to the overdose of those pills, man, and it was just like my dope man used to be like, yo, bro, like I'm not giving you no more. You was just
Yeah.
here the other day. You bought 5 the other day.
Oh
Wow.
I'm not giving you no more. He was like, he'll give me 3 and be like, "Yo, take those. Don't don't come back here
Yeah,
till
don't
like
tell
2
me.
weeks."
Yeah.
I'm like, how you telling me how much I could purchase? Like, I
You don't
am
want
the
to take
addict,
my
not
money.
You like, you don't want this bread? I got this bread. Like,
Worst drug dealer ever.
Like, but just to have someone that's be like, yo, look, I don't mind. You know what I
He
mean?
was
I
looking
know
out for you. Yeah.
Right.
what's going on,
Some
but bro,
messed
like,
up way, he
Right.
was still.
no, listen what he told me. Consciously, I don't want to hear you overdosed on something I gave you. I don't know if that's oxymoron or whatever. Like, you know what I mean? You got to make your money. But that goes
Yeah.
to say with anything that we put into our bodies. That,
Right.
You know what I'm saying? McDonald's, Burger King. I don't care what it is. Like,
Yeah.
we talked about the coffee, you know.
The owner of McDonald's or CEOs of McDonald's won't give their kids the food. That should tell
Right.
you something right there.
Right there. They won't eat it while we eating it.
Yeah.
I tell you, I was watching Coach Rowe, and part of everything that she was talking about reading the label and looking for the certain
Mhm.
things in the food. When she started this journey, she went and purchased a McDonald's meal and kept it in a Ziploc bag
Yeah.
from 2014.
And it still looks the same. Yeah.
You can find it on YouTube.
Yeah.
It was a little shriveled, but everything was intact.
Yep.
She had a burger, she had nuggets, and she had fries.
And it wasn't molded.
No, there was
Yeah,
no mold. She
yeah.
said it smelled horrible. She was like, "What type of science experiment?" are you
Yeah.
feeding your
yo,
kids?"
Yeah.
Just think
Anything
about the
organic would
digestive
start
system.
growing mold or
Yeah, right.
bacteria, you know.
2014 is 2025.
Yeah,
Like, come
10
on.
years, 11
Somebody
years.
did that same test before hers. They
Yeah.
had it in like one of those, those old cookie tins that we used to get and had all the sugar
Yep.
cookies that came in a little wrapper. She had it in
Remember
that
those
and
the Christmas
buried it
cookies? Yeah.
and took it out. And same thing. It wasn't molded. It
intact.
wasn't. So it's just, we got to be mindful. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I thank God for a sober mind today, but
Amen.
I just wanted to go back though to your father.
Yeah.
I know we got deep in, to this,
Mhm.
Yeah.
but like when you found out, being a Christian, because I grew up in a Christian home myself.
Mhm.
I didn't believe in God the way that you did at a young age. I actually like steered away from it. I actually like told people I don't believe in God. My father was an alcoholic. He got clean, I think around like 30, 32. But at that point, growing up in an abusive home and stuff like that, I was like, there ain't no way there's a God that would give me someone who say they love me,
Mhm.
but would
Yeah.
do what they did to me.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Regardless of what, I've done, it should be that kind of love. Was there any like physical contact or
There was
anything in that nature with that would give you a
Absolutely.
sign, like something like,
yeah, the verbal abuse. He was narcissistic. The physical abuse. I remember 4th grade. That year was a struggle for me. I don't know what it was, but every day I was coming home with a D or an F. I was just struggling, and I needed glasses. And they didn't know. They didn't know how to figure that out, I guess. I don't know. But I remember being beat. Go take your clothes off, go get in the shower, get wet, and come, and he would
Man.
beat me every day.
Yeah.
And it was just certain things, like he was the master of embarrassing you. When I say we be at recess, it's a Christian school, we wearing dresses down to our ankles,
Yeah.
and recess time, you had to watch your back, because when I say he'd be lurking in the bushes, so who was that boy that was talking to you
No
today?
way.
Yes.
Wow.
So when 11th grade hits, and then you send me to public school, never been to public school in my
Right.
life,
Yeah.
and it's my senior year, and we started late because he was just like, you guys are out of control, and that whole situation with the boys in the house,
Yeah.
he was just like, yeah, I don't care if y'all go to school or not. And so my mom had to,
Enroll
kind
you,
of go
yeah.
behind his back and
Yeah.
enroll us into school. And so we're the new girls. My sister was a freshman, I was a senior, and he would he kept us on punishment all the way till homecoming. I was like, Dad, please, we never been to homecoming. We don't even know what it is.
Right.
We just know it's a dance.
Right.
And
Yeah.
please, can we go? And it was like he started easing up a little bit. and we would have to walk home from school. You better not get in nobody's car. You better not take a ride for anybody. Y'all better not see you talking to anybody walking home from school. It was just, we lived in fear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We plotted to kill him.
Oh no.
That's a real
Wow,
thing. Me
yeah.
and my sister
All right,
plotted
TikTok.
to
It's
kill my
just
dad.
a story
Yeah,
by
it's
TikTok.
just a
Don't
story,
go into it.
yeah,
It's just a
yeah.
story.
But it,
Yeah.
it goes to show how far, somebody else's addiction,
It take
especially a
you.
parent, can push your children.
And then even
know?
after I didn't know how bad it was, my mother shielded us from so much.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until she died, I was 22, about to be 23. The cancer had came back, and it was in her bones and her liver. It spread to her brain, and she was very angry at my
Yeah.
dad. Just
Because
angry.
I can only imagine the thoughts. Like, I gotta leave my
Yeah.
girls with this.
Yeah. Feeling helpless at the
Oh my
moment
God,
too.
that
Yeah.
makes me like. I'm
And
not
my
trying to-
sister, she ended up
deep.
leaving the house before me. She was younger. She was out. She was like, I'm out.
Yeah.
And so it was really, when she died, I think he was in denial. Like, she always gonna be here. I'm gonna always be able to just do what I want, say
Yeah,
what I
yeah,
want,
yeah.
move how I want. Like, very entitled. I mean, he used to take her paycheck and give her $40 a week as an allowance.
Oh my gosh.
You know what the first thing he told me when I was getting married? I got married the year after my mom died. Don't let that and take your money. I looked at him, I said,
Not
Don't-
you.
Yeah, you
How
do
come
it.
Right.
You did. Yeah.
right, like what you did to
What
mommy.
you had an
Yeah.
awakening moment or something that you
He
just
d-
realized? Like,
He did, because those first years after she died, I found out so much stuff because his conscience was eating him
Yeah.
alive. And I found out all the things, how bad the alcohol was, how bad
Yeah.
the cheating was, how bad you were beating her on the low and we didn't know.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it was hidden. It was so much hidden. And I just, I couldn't. I had to step away. I was like, you're being tormented, you're being haunted. Good.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Karma's coming back.
Yeah.
So what's the relationship like now, if you don't mind me
He
asking?
died.
He
He
passed
died.
away
Yep,
before
he
y'all
passed
got to
away.
speak, or
Oh no,
was it like
we were
y'all
good.
spoke
We were good.
before he passed away?
Yes.
That's good.
He after the 10 years, I feel like he was tormented. He
Yeah.
dreamed of my mother. He had visions of her.
Oh.
He used to be a hunter and a fisherman. And so hunting season, he had this bright orange hat with his license
Yeah.
on it, whatever. And so I'll never forget the day we lost our home. I ended up getting married and moving away. And I'll never forget going to visit him at his apartment. He's like, Gerri, you're never gonna believe what happened. I was like, what? He's like, your mother came to visit me. And I said, okay, it's nothing new. He
Yeah.
tells these stories all the time.
Right.
And this was like the beginning of his dementia too,
Mm.
coming on. And it was a one room elderly housing. So the kitchen was right there, the bathroom was there, his bed was there,
Yeah.
and a chair. And so he said, your mother was laying right there on that side of the bed, naked, with my orange hunting hat on.
Jeez.
And I'm
The
like,
hunting hat.
what?
Yeah.
And he's like, she wouldn't talk to me. I was trying to talk to her and she wouldn't talk to me. And she was just sitting there and she wouldn't say anything. And I was just like,
Mm.
I think you need to have a talk with God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that he's just, he would tell me stories. He began to start telling me stories like, you remember when we lived on such and such a street? And I would have to be like, Dad, I wasn't born.
Yeah.
He began to
Mm.
confess.
That far back.
all
This. Wow.
Yeah.
unreal, unbelievable. And
But
I would have to
it's-
say, I wasn't there, Dad, but okay, I'm
Yeah.
going to listen.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
So,
Hear the story.
So sad because I could only imagine like what he went through
Yeah.
as a
mhm.
child. Like as I got older, like I used to blame my dad for a lot of my stuff. Like, even though my dad was who he was at
Yeah.
the time, but like I got older and I started like, yo, what is it that he went through that made him that way? Like, why was
Yeah.
he so angry? Like, at the
found out.
world, like,
I
you know what I
found out.
mean? And I'm glad you was able to make amends with him before he passed
Absolutely.
away.
I mean, the
That's
stuff
that's
that
a
I
blessing.
found out that happened to him, I think I'm generally a forgiving, compassionate person just because I don't like confrontation.
Yeah.
I fought all my
Yeah.
life. So that
Grew up with it.
part of
Yeah.
me
Yeah,
is
yeah.
just like, no, let's all be friends. Let's just love each other. No, we're not doing that. And so I had to learn a balance with that. But
Right.
one of the things, I mean, my dad was ripped from his 12-year-old mother that was raped
Oh wow.
and put in a foster home. My dad was very light skinned. He looked white. And
Yeah.
so the foster parents that they gave him to were very, very dark.
Mm.
And so
Oh,
they called him white boy. They abused him.
yeah.
There was a lot of alcohol,
Right.
drinking, parties. The mom would cheat on the dad when he was at work. So all this stuff he saw,
Yeah.
Yeah.
cultivated.
So that just created who he
Absolutely.
was. And he had
Absolutely.
like it's not like the resources or anything like we have today was like back then. It's
Right.
just like I'm pretty sure he would be a different individual. Like,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We're talking about 1940s.
yeah, see,
Yeah.
that's
Whole
and
nother
that, I know
world.
it was
Yeah.
like wicked back then.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
They got away with everything, so
yeah,
they would push it as far as
Absolutely.
as they could.
Absolutely.
your story is like,
Yeah.
definitely like
Overcame a lot.
incredible.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, it was so much worse. I don't even know if I could even share it.
Yeah.
What happened to him, because the parties are dead. My grandmother is dead.
Yeah.
My mom, my dad. Um, I'm not gonna share it, but
Yeah.
it was, we had a lot in our
Yeah.
bloodline that needed
A lot
to
of
get dealt with.
generational trauma that
Yes.
carried on.
Well, let me tell you
Yes.
something. There's a praying woman. This woman, listen,
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now.
To
My
God
boy
be
was
the
getting prayed for one day, and it was like it was all the intercessors, and they were all surrounding. He was like, "Ooh, come on, stop,
Yes.
come on, y'all doing too much. I feel it. I feel the Holy Ghost. I feel it.
I
Stop."
remember that
It's like,
day.
yo, I had to walk away. I was like, nope, I'm good. Y'all not knocking me out in the
You
spirit.
know, you know
But-
what happened though? That we had got a training and a revelation of
Mhm.
of the power of our prayers.
Yeah,
And so my mom had a prayer room,
yeah,
and
Okay.
I would we had the house he bought her, the one and only, like, that was her dream, to own her own home. She had it for 4 years before she died.
Yeah.
Wow.
So in the military, I was like, okay, I came back. I didn't go active duty. I ended up doing National Guard because she was
Yeah.
sick,
yeah.
and I
Yeah.
didn't want to leave her. No one was there but him. And so um she built a salon for me in the basement because the military paid for me to go to cosmetology school, thus
Okay.
the brand.
TTM
So
Beauty.
people would be like, you used to model. I went to modeling school, and then you went to the Army, and then
Yeah.
you came back around, and now you're behind the scenes, doing makeup and have
Yeah.
a makeup
So
line.
what's the history of that? Like how did you end up,
The brand,
starting
So-
the brand and
literally what I'm getting ready to tell you. So
Okay.
it was me coming back to be, with my mom, and I had a best friend at the time. She was supposed to go to the military with me, and she backed out at the last minute. I was already sworn in,
yeah,
so I said, "All right, I'm going.
sign the paperwork.
Yeah, I'm going." And
That's it.
then Desert Storm happened while I was there,
Oh.
and so
Where were you stationed?
I was in Germany for a little while,
Really?
up and
My
down.
brother was
East
stationed in Germany during
Okay.
Desert Storm too.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So what happened when the war
Or
started?
towards the end
I was
though.
in basic.
Okay.
And then I had my technical school. And so I remember contacting my boyfriend at the time here, and he was like, yeah, they just fit us for our body bags.
Oh
So
man.
if our unit leaves,
Yeah.
you're gonna come back and be with another unit. But if they go, you have to go with them.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
Did you say fitted?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
tailor fitted?
Yes.
They
Yeah.
fitted you for your.
Yes.
Go on.
Size body
Yes.
bag you need, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, think about it.
I thought they
We
just
all
throw you in a
decided-
bag.
Yeah.
Honestly, I thought they just threw you in a bag.
No.
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 Fitted for a body
He
bag.
was like, our
Gotta
desert. He
preach.
was like, we got our desert uniforms and we got fit for body bags. I was like, the devil is a liar. I
Yo,
said, nah.
that's
Yeah.
And literally, the job I had picked, technical school was normally like 8 weeks or 10 weeks after 8 weeks of basic training. Mine was 12 weeks. So because I
yeah.
went to a 12-week technical school, the war ended
Yeah.
when I got out.
Okay.
So I was able to come home.
Yeah.
But I knew I needed to be there for my mom, and my sister had a baby, and my mom was like, I need your help. And I said, all right, well, I don't really want to go to college. I don't like school, but this beauty thing, is drawing me back.
Yeah.
And so went to cosmetology school, got my license, nail tech, doing hair, and then the makeup kind of evolved as I owned my own salon in Hartford for a little while.
Okay.
And so it was like, okay, this is my thing. Despite the people, get a real job, work at an insurance
That's a
company.
real
and get
job. You own a
Right,
business.
right.
You know?
You being
Yeah.
entrepreneur is not a
yeah.
real job.
I've heard that.
That's not real.
I'm
I've heard
same.
that before
I've heard
too.
all the
Yeah.
time.
I've heard it.
Yeah.
What you do isn't a real job. And I'm not
Right.
talking about from
Yeah.
my Rosie. I'm
This
talking about prior
This
before.
fake
It was
money
like,
bought you a
know what I
house,
mean?
you know?
It's like, yo, bro, like,
Same.
because people not gonna believe in what you
No.
see. They first of
Right.
all, they can't see what God has shown you,
Absolutely.
and apparently what He has shown you through this has been an actual beauty. You know what I mean? You took something, a mess,
Mm-hmm.
and created beauty out of it. Because I know you said something about, how many lip glosses she said she had? I think she said 32.
32 different lip
32
glosses.
different lip glosses. Lord, help me.
Yeah.
And one particular one you have is based off of, I
My
believe,
mom.
your mom.
Yep.
Which is, I don't know if it's
The Purple Passion.
the
Yep.
Purple
it's
Passion.
in
Talk
here. Yep.
about that real quick.
So
We have a few minutes. I think we got a few minutes, right, guys?
Yep.
Talk about that.
Minutes.
So the Purple Passion campaign, I wanted to be able to give back because it was like God was downloading this business stuff that I didn't go to school and didn't know how I knew what I knew, how to do the business. But what I did allow to hold me back was fear.
Right.
Yep.
Fear of failure, fear of success.
Yep.
Okay, you spoke this word over my life, and am I going to be able to bring it to fruition?
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't have the money. I worked around millionaires, and so I would
Yeah.
pitch my ideas to them, and they would be like, oh, okay. And I'm like, at that point, I was a single mom with 3 kids, and so they're like, the money you make from the business, sink it back in the business. I said, the money I make from the business, I need to eat and feed my
Yeah.
kids. And so it was that hand to mouth, always just like,
Mhm.
okay, I'm making money, but I gotta still, either get more product or,
Mhm.
I started doing makeup parties, and it was like I'm hustling, doing everybody's makeup and presenting, doing this.
Reality kicked
Yep,
in. Yeah.
yep. And it was like, but it was still like the hustle wasn't giving me the fruit that I needed, and so I let it sit. I let it sit. I walked through the breast cancer season, and it wasn't until the pandemic,
Okay.
2020, when I'm like, I have a business, I have a makeup line, and it was a full makeup line. I was trying to carry the full everything everybody needs, and I couldn't maintain it. I couldn't maintain the inventory. I was, trying to keep this thing up, and it was like I had to sit with myself and say, wow, the pandemic hit, and all the women went online and started buying makeup and doing their
Yeah.
makeup. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I would be a millionaire if I had my
Right,
website up
product,
by
right,
now.
yeah.
Everything up and running. Yeah.
And so I had talked to a former friend who was a business consultant, and she just began to give me direction. We're going to pray about this.
Yeah.
We're going to see, what does God want you to do?
Right.
What does that look like? And she pushed me. She pushed me to do the work and to
Yeah.
seek God for what it was. And it was lips and lashes. We're
Yep.
going to start with lips and lashes. And it was so funny because then the door started opening because I did have the business. Oh, well, you're already established. People started creating businesses
Yeah.
and trying to get grants and loans. And they're like, nope, you've been in business for 10 plus
Yeah.
years.
Yeah.
So here's some seed money. Here's a
Yep.
grant here. And it was like,
Boom.
okay.
Yeah.
You
And
see
so
where
I
it's going.
began to start taking Zoom classes and trying to learn how to really get this business established correctly so that I could take it to the next level. And the Purple Passion, it was like, you got to be able to give something back.
Right.
And
Yep.
so I'm like, my breast cancer story,
Yeah.
my mom walked through it. My grandmother had breast cancer. And so the fact that they diagnosed me with ductal carcinoma from my chest wall to my nipple, I had a double mastectomy, 10 surgeries,
Wow.
wound healing issues, couldn't work, no money if you don't work because you're self-employed.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so it was like, okay, God, how can I give back? And my mom's favorite color was purple.
Okay.
Purple passion. Every time she saw purple passion. And so I was like, okay, I need to be able to recreate the exact lipstick that she wore, and I was
Yeah.
able to. And so a portion of the sales go to women of color that
Okay.
are going through breast cancer that can't pay their bills, because I remember them making me jump through hoops to get the money,
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
get the help. And it was because I didn't have chemo and I didn't have radiation. I was supposed to have radiation,
Mm.
but when they went in, it wasn't as bad as they thought. And so they
Yeah.
were able to get it all. And so, these different funds were like, yeah, you're not really in treatment. I said, I'm in recovery. I have 1-year-old twins that I need to provide for. Plus, I think Dasani and Devante were maybe 10 and 11
Mm.
Yeah.
at the time. No, they were maybe 13 or 14. And so I was like, I will never make it this hard for somebody to get help.
Right.
And so
Yeah.
the vision was, okay, we'll donate to the different charities, but you don't have a say so of who they give the money to.
Yeah.
Mm.
So I said, at some point, I will have the board, and we will help the people.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
There
So
you go.
Beautiful. Love it.
Yeah.
Yo, you're amazing.
oh,
Story of
Bruh.
triumph and success, and now
It just
giving
says-
back, and it's wonderful.
Says a lot. Says
Yeah.
a lot that you don't have to stay stuck
right,
Yeah.
where you're at, that you
Right.
can make it out, but you're going to
Absolutely.
have to do
the work.
the footwork. You got
Yeah.
to put the work in.
Yeah.
Literally, even like each level. My book just launched.
Yeah.
Brush, Blush, Bloom. It's a beauty affirmation book based in scripture, and it's on Amazon. It was
What's the
literally
title again? Repeat the title.
Brush,
Brush.
Blush, Bloom.
All right, and that's available on
It's
Amazon.
a tongue twister for
All
me.
right.
I
Yeah.
wasn't even trying to
There you
read.
go.
That's why I was just like, yep.
Yeah.
Thank Nani
Yep.
for that. Nani
Yep.
walked me through that
Sister
There you
process.
go.
We love you, Nani. We love
Yes,
you.
Yes, but I was sitting, still looking for the same. I travel with the WNBA. I travel with women's college basketball. I'm a
Yeah.
makeup artist at ESPN.
Okay.
And
yeah.
so I was looking for that same thing, and God was like, let me make you uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Let me take that away from you. So you have to do what I'm pushing you to do. And it was literally, I brainstormed with her, and she said, yeah, we can do this.
Yeah.
Yep. Let's go.
See?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Faith, man. Gotta have that faith.
Yeah.
Well, listen, it's, we at that hour. It's been, I wish we could keep going. I don't mind it, but
We're
these
back another time,
cars
yeah.
only allow us so much time. We will
Yeah.
get there at some point. But if you would like to donate to us, we could put the donation information at the bottom of the screen, and y'all can help Sobriety Driven get to
Yep.
where we need to be. It's a growing process, and we're like, I love your growth from the time that I've met you to who you've become. I've seen when you came in
Mm-hmm.
and you fought hard and you're still fighting,
Yes.
you know what I mean? While lifing, right?
Right.
And I think we all been there. Matt's been there. He's still doing his thing. To just have a collaborate of people come together and just, be in one accord, man, is a beautiful thing. And
Absolutely.
we thank you for, your time and coming on
Sharing
here
your
and
story,
sharing,
Yeah.
Anytime.
So
Wonderful.
it's been a blessing. Once again, y'all, thank y'all for joining us here at Sobriety Driven. Once again, this is Gerri Ward. Right. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's your boy, Pastor Jamel Smith,
Till next
a.k.a. the
time.
Messenger. Peace.
Catch you on the flip side.
Catch you on the flip side. Get your TTM beauty.